Hello everyone, I'm Fernando and this is my first YouTube video. I'm very excited and nervous, but today I'm going to teach you how to greet in different situations. Formal situations like business meetings, business seminars, casual situations like at the park or at school with other students, and more casual situations like at a party or with close friends. Okay? Let's start by practicing the pronunciation of these words. Listen. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Now, if you noticed, I said hello 2 times. That is because you can say hello in 2 different ways. They sound very alike, but there's one little difference. Check this out. Hello. 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 No L in the first syllable. No L in the first syllable. Then we have hello. Hello. There is an L in the first syllable in this case. Now, both are correct, except one doesn't have an L in the first syllable and the other one does. All right. Hello. 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 But what is important to know here is that the first syllable is like a line. Hello. He. Hello. Hell. Hell. Hello. And the second syllable, you round your lips. Low. 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 Hello. Hello. All right. You see how I rounded my lips? Hello. Remember that. Hello. Then I also said good morning 2 times because you can say it in 2 different ways as well. All right. Good morning. Morning. Nin. 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 Good morning. Or ning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Nin. Ning. Good morning. Good morning. All right. And also, a lot of times students have problems with the word good. Good. Remember, it goes up, down, and up. Up, down, and up. Good. Good. Not good. I don't close my mouth. Good. No, it's good. Open your mouth. Relax your lips. When you say the word good, your lips need to be relaxed. Good. Not good. See, if I say good, my lips are not relaxed. They are strong. Good. I need to say good. 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 Good morning. Then we have good afternoon. Okay? This has a long ooh sound. Ooh. Noon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Then we have good evening. Evening. 2 syllables, not 3. It's not evening. Evening. It's evening. Good evening. All right, one more time. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good evening. Okay? Then we have the casual greetings. we have hey, hi, and morning, or morning. Hey, hi, morning. All right. Hey and hi are very stressed words. That means when you say them with your chest. Say it with power. All right. Hey. The E-Y in hey sounds like the letter A in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Well, A sounds like hey. Just add the sound in the beginning. A. Hey. Okay? Hey. And if you notice, it goes from here, up, down. Hey. 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 Same thing with hi. 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 Except this I sounds like the I in the English alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I, iPhone, I like the letter. Hi, 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 hi. And then we have morning. But Fernando, we already saw morning over here. Well, if you notice here, morning or morning doesn't have good in the beginning of it. That is because when it's more casual, a more relaxed situation, you don't have to say good. You can just say morning. Morning. Morning, Mike. Okay? And let's go to the more casual greetings. All right, this one is my favorite. Well, we have what's up, what up, and sup. What? They look alike. Well, they all are practically the same. These are just different pronunciations of what's up. Okay? So the standard one is what's up. What's up? But some people don't say what's up. They say what's up. What's up? What's up, Mike? What's up, Jake? What's up, Brittany? And then we say what up with a d sound. What up? What up? Okay? So listen to that. What's up has the sound, the T and the S sound. What's up? What's up? No T. What's up? And then we have what up. No S, just the D sound. What up? And it's faster. And then we also have this. Sup. Sup. Okay? One syllable. Yes. Some people say sup. Sup, bro. So we have what's up, what up, and sup. All right? Remember, the first syllable, line, what's, and then up, up. What's up? What's up? What's up, Paul? What's up, Sophia? What's up, Jacob? What up, Daniel? Sup, Esther? Okay? And before I forget, sometimes students have problems with good afternoon and good evening. Okay? When do I say good afternoon? When do I say good evening? Well, let me explain it right here. Okay. Morning time is from 12 a.m. to 11:59 a.m. So in between these times, you can say good morning. All right, afternoon time, when you can say good afternoon, is from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. or until sunset. Sunset is when the sun goes down, okay? And good evening, evening time is from 6 p.m. to sunset, or, wait, 6 p.m. or sunset to 11:59 p.m. All right? So whenever the sun is not visible, you can say good evening, or after 6 p.m. Okay? Whatever comes first, or whatever you prefer, okay? It's not a big deal as long as it's around these times. Remember, 6 p.m. sunset, after that, evening time. So you say good evening. Before the sunset or before 6 p.m., afternoon time, you say good afternoon. Okay? Well, let's continue to the second part. The second part, we're going to look at some common questions and common responses in greetings. Lawrence Edward Page, the co-founder of Google. Lawrence Edward Page. His first name is Lawrence. His middle name is Edward. His last name is Page. Okay, for this lesson, let's pay attention to the last name, Page. Okay? Why? Well, if you ever meet or greet Lawrence Edward Page, you could say this. Hello, Mr. Page. Hello, Mr. Page. Okay. Why Mr.? Well, we use Mr. and the last name to address a man. It can be a single man or a married man in a formal manner or to show respect. So if you respect or want to be formal, you can say, hello, Mr. Page. Okay? But that is for a single man or a single man or a married man. What about women? Well, let's look at this next name. Beautiful name. Robin Rihanna Fenty. Robin Rihanna Fenty. You probably know her. Her last name is Fenty. All right. Rihanna is single right now. So we could call her, or we could greet her like this. Hello, Miss Fenty. Hello, Miss Fenty. If you want to be formal or if you want to show respect. Hello, Miss Fenty. All right. Why Miss? Miss is for a single woman. Miss. Miss. Miss Fenty. Hello, Miss Fenty. All right. But that is only for a single woman. What if she is a married woman? Well, if the woman you are greeting is married, then you will say not Miss, you will say Mrs. 2 syllables, Mrs. 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 last name. Okay? So imagine 10 years later, Rihanna is married. Then you could say Mrs. Fenty. Mrs. Fenty. Hello. Mrs. Fenty. All right. Remember, Miss, single. Mrs., married. Now, single, you can have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, but if you're not married, then in English grammar, you are still considered single. Sorry, guys. So, Mr. Page, Mr. is for single men or married men, Miss Finty and Mrs. Finty. Okay? So, after you say this, after you show respect, you can ask this question. How are you? How are you? You can say each word individually. How are you? How are you? But a lot of people, they combine these two words and it sounds like hour. It sounds like hour. How are you? How are you? Or how are you? How can you respond? Well, I have some examples right here. Responses to how are you? You can say, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm fine. I'm fine. Or I'm very well. I'm very well. These are good responses to express that you're good. Okay? But you also have these responses. How are you? Not well. Not well. How are you? I've been better. I've been better. Sad face. These are to express that you're not good. Okay? So, how or what does a conversation look like in a formal situation? Well, let's see. Voila. ABA. Listen. Hello, Mr. Page. How are you? I'm very well. How about you? I'm very well too. Thank you for asking. Okay? Nice formal greeting. If you notice, I put how about you in black. Let's look at how about you. We use how about you to ask the same question without repeating the same question. What? Yes. We use how about you to ask the same question without repeating the same question. Okay? For example, in our case, the original question is, how are you? I didn't ask, how are you? Again, I said, how about you? In this case, how about you is the same as how are you? Okay? It's the same question, but I'm not repeating it. I'm saying, how about you? And of course, you answer it the same way. I'm very well. Now let's look at greetings for casual situations. Do you remember hey, hi, and morning? Okay, good. Well, to these expressions, you can add bro, man, a name, or guys. For example, hey bro, hey man, hey John, or hey guys. Okay, for two or more people. Hey guys can be used for two or more people, for men and women. It's gender neutral. Okay? Now, hey bro and hey man in the past were only for men. But nowadays, and especially for the younger generation, hey bro and hey man are used for both men and women. Okay? But of course, you should be familiar or close to a girl or a woman before you say hey bro or hey man to her. All right? Next, let's look at how are you? Do you remember that? How are you? In casual situations, we don't really say how are you. We say something similar to it. It's how are you doing or how's it going? Okay? How are you doing? Or how are you doing? How are you doing? It's faster. How are you doing? And how's it going? How's it going? How are you doing? How's it going? All right. They are the same thing as how are you, but a more casual way of saying it. Okay? Same thing with the responses. You remember the responses of the formal greetings? You would say, I'm fine, very well. For casual situations, we say, I'm pretty good, or pretty good. I'm good, or good, or great. Okay, smiley face. And we can also say, not good, or I've been better, sad face. All right. Now, if you remember, in the formal situation greetings, we say, how about you? How about you? You can say that in casual situations too, but it's more common to say, and you? And you? Or simply, you? Okay? But the intonation is important. And you? And you? Or you? And you? You? Okay? Let's look at an example conversation with everything put together. Morning, Mike. How's it going? I'm pretty good. And you? I'm good too. Okay? Number 2. Hey, Lauren. How are you doing? Great. You? I'm pretty good. All right. Okay, now we're going to look at greetings for more casual situations. Okay? You remember, what's up? What's up? What up? What's up? Before these greetings, you can say a or a name. For example, hey, what's up? Or John, what's up? Okay. Saying a or a name before what's up grabs the person's attention. Okay? Hey, what's up, Mike? And after these greetings, you can also put bro, a name, or guys, like in the other greetings. Hey, what's up, bro? Mike, what's up, man? Okay? And I really like what's up because it's a combination of hello and how are you, but in a more casual manner. Okay? Let's look at some responses to what's up. Okay, the first one is nothing much. Nothing much. It means I'm not doing a lot. Okay, chilling. 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 It's a synonym for relaxing. Very common in the younger generation. You know, the usual. You know, the usual. Okay, that means if I am talking to you, you know what I usually do. Okay, and nothing. Nothing means you're doing nothing. Okay? All right. Now, we can also enhance these responses with an adjective of feeling like sad or tired and just verb ing. Just verb ing. Okay? Or the verb ing by itself. Just means only in this case. Okay? For example, if I say nothing much, just working. Nothing much, just working. That means the only thing I am doing is working. The only thing I'm doing is working. Now, let's have a look at some example conversations. Okay? 1A. Mike, what's up? Nothing. Just listening to music. What's up with you? You know, the usual, practicing my English. All right. I know you probably noticed what's up with you. What's up with you is like saying, how about you? Or, and you? But it's usually used with what's up. Is this to ask how that person is doing. Okay, and they can respond the same way using these responses. Okay? And look at this, you know, the usual practicing my English. You know, the usual practicing my English. That means that usually he practices his English, or she practices her English. Okay? Let's do a conversation 2. Hey, what's up, bro? Chilling, tired from work. You? Nothing much, watching TV. Okay? Now, this person is relaxing. Why? Because he's tired from work. Okay? He says you. You. Okay? That is one option. You. Very casual. I'm not going to ask you how about you or what's up with you. I'm tired. You. Okay? And this person responds with nothing much, watching TV. Okay? That means I'm not doing a lot, just watching TV. All right? And that is all for this lesson. If you found this lesson valuable or you learned one thing, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you.